What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with the NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, January 10th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. You got to follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments section who are your favorite and least favorite plays for today's slate. And if you have any questions about today's slate, hit me up. I'm your man in the comment section. Finally, BetMGM is the sponsor of this video. If you're interested in getting 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum, along with a risk-free bet of up to $1,000, all you got to do is click the link in the description, make a deposit. That first bet is going to be risk-free. Really not going to find a better deal anywhere else here. I mean, just getting the 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum is the no-brainer part of this deal. Up to $1,000 of a risk-free bet? What more do you guys want? Now, rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Mikal Bridges, Bam Adebayo, Dwayne Washington, Landry Shamet, and DeAndre Ayton on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm going to be Stu. Isaiah Stewart, power forward, center eligible, 5,600, projected for 31. The goal is 38. He's in the optimal lineup 23% of the time. No Marvin Bagley, no Jalen Duren, no Bojan Bogdanovic, obviously no Cade Cunningham. 32 minutes here for Beef Stew. They're 10-point dogs against Philly, but I think he's just going to play sort of as many minutes as he can handle. They have Nerlens Noel as a backup, but I don't think that Nerlens Noel is just going to be soaking up a ton of time. So if you get 32 minutes of Beef Stew at around a fantasy point per minute, just shy of it, we'll call it 0.95. 18% usage, 13.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, an assist, maybe a stock and a half. It's not the best matchup in the world. He really needs to cross his fingers and hope that Joel Embiid does not come back today, because then you're really like Beef Stew. But power forward center eligibility, that is the key piece that we're looking for. At number 4, I'm taking a look at ANFERNEE Simons. He's point guard, shooting guard eligible, 6,100, projected for 32.5. The goal is 40.5. He's in the optimal lineup 24% of the time. 36 minutes for Simons. You know he's going to be out there for a ton of time. He's around 0.9 fantasy points per minute. It's a pace neutral spot against Orlando, but it's not a very good Orlando defense, so I think that stands out quite a bit. You know what you're getting out of ANFERNEE Simons. It's a lot of scoring and very little else. 25% usage, 22.5 real points, basically 3.5 boards, 3.5 assists, and a stock. If you think that ANFERNEE Simons can have a big-time scoring day, let's say a 30 real point day, then that's going to be what you're looking for him to get to 40. That's what you need out of ANFERNEE Simons today. I see no reason that can't happen against the Magic on a back-to-back. At number 3, we're going Terrence Mann. Shooting guard, small forward, eligible, 4,500, projected for 27.5. The goal is 32.5. He's in the optimal lineup 32% of the time. We saw Mann get the start over Reggie Jackson on Sunday, so I'm going to assume he does that again. And if that's the case, 32 minutes for Mann, 0.8, 0.85, somewhere in that neighborhood, fantasy points per minute, 16% usage, 13 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, and a stock and a half. Now, it is a terrible matchup against Dallas. About as big of a pace down spot as you're going to find. They're going to lose 3 possessions below their average, but they are 3.5 point favorites. I assume Luka is playing for Dallas today. Otherwise, this line would be, I think, a little bit bigger. I think the key takeaway here is this. Normally, Terrence Mann is set to play, 20 minutes, and that's why he's 4,500. Today, at 30 plus minutes, shooting guard, small forward, value's too good to pass up. Speaking of value plays at a similar price tag, HAMIDOU DIALLO in at number 2, shooting guard, small forward, eligible, 4,400, projected for 28. The goal is 32. He's in the optimal lineup 33% of the time. I gave him 28 minutes, but I think that he can play more. My assumption is that he's going to be starting with Bojan Bogdanovic out. He's a 0.95 to a 1 fantasy point per minute guy. It's neutral usage, so 20%, just under 14 points, just under 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a stock and a half. Same pretty difficult matchup against Philly, but it doesn't really matter too much if Joel Embiid is back for HAMIDOU DIALLO. This is just a play on whether or not he starts. If you see HAMIDOU DIALLO's name in the starting lineup, he's a great play at 4,400. If you don't, you got to be a little bit more apprehensive. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. You got to follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. I want you to let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at BetMGM using the link in the description so that you can get 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum and a risk-free bet of up to $1,000. My number one contender for today is Pascal Siakam. He is power forward center eligible, 9,500, projected for 54.5. The goal is 57.5. He's in the optimal lineup 38% of the time. He plays massive minutes. He's got a massive usage rate. Everything that he does here is exceptional. And he gets a pace-up spot against the Charlotte Hornets, who aren't very good. So I'm talking 39 minutes, 1.4 fantasy points per minute in this matchup, 29 real points, 10.5 boards, 7 assists, and a stock and a half. They gain 2.6 possessions over their average. They're 7-point favorites against Charlotte. This one's easy to me. And I don't know how much he's going to get represented here, but between that price and that positional eligibility, I'm going to have more Pascal Siakam than anybody else on today's slate, and I couldn't be happier about it. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, January 10th. DraftKings version, it's around here somewhere, so go check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We are back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.